Hello, welcome back to another ASMR video. Today we are chewing some gum and I'm turning the radiator down. Going to be chewing some bubble mint extra as always. Need to go out and get some more soon. Alright, as you can see, we have got a lot of stuff going on. On this sheet, we're back here doing another D&D Beyond video as we continue to develop our Wilker's Silverflower character. Look at that over there. Got a nice little animation going on for it as well. I can't remember if I did some of the themes and stuff in the last video or not, but there we go. So we are going to continue to build out this character, our warlock, great old one patron warlock, Wilker's Silverflower, a halfling man who one day during his scholarly studies stumbled upon an ancient tome locked away. He managed to unlock it, started reading some of it, spoke the wrong words out loud and accidentally summoned a power within himself. Since then he's obviously been off adventuring with some group, trying to learn a little bit more about himself, and the more that he studies this power and himself internally, the more he calls towards whatever entity gave him this power, which it seems to turn out to be some eldritch creature. He still doesn't know exactly what it is, but something from the far realm has reached out. Or has he reached out to it, I wonder? I don't know. You might see, in comparison to our last video, the hit point maximum is now different. There we go. It's now 18, and that is because I had it on manual, so it wasn't changing at all. So I've set it to the fixed, which I believe goes with the fixed HP is the average health, which puts it to 18. And with our D8 being the hit dice, makes the average 5, so it's about half, plus 1. So that plus the full amount at first level is 10, 5 for level 2, 5 for level 3, which obviously equals 10, and then 8 from level 1, so 18. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump back in, go to the character builder, and we're going to level up our warlock to level 5 now. I'm doing a couple of levels at once, obviously, here, because otherwise the video would be very short. So what we're going to do is we're going to level up to 5. If that takes us really like no time at all, we'll make another level. And I like the idea of this series just being like, because I guess it's kind of like a series of videos, right? Building these characters and leveling them up. Because it lets us look at how all the different abilities together, and learn a little bit more about each of the characters, right? Each of the classes and subclasses. Right. So as we level up to 5, we get a few additional things. So first of all, let's just look and see if there's anything that changes here. This is our first level thing. We've got a little symbol here to indicate that there is a change going on here, which is that presumably we get another invocation. So we've got, what was this, Misty Visions? That was the one that we used beforehand, I believe. What was it that we did? Lessons, the first one, so then, yeah, that gave us Magic Initiate, which we chose a few things here, and then we've got Misty Visions here. That will give us or something else. So the prerequisite was that. Oh, that's something different. So right now we're choosing, I think, is it two of these at level 5? It must be. Okay. Well, now that we've hit level 5, there might be a few different things here. Now obviously we wouldn't be getting this, we've gone up from 3 to 5, so we wouldn't be getting this level 4. This is from level 5. We're doubling up the levels, which is purely from the standpoint of, maybe I should do this as like going from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 in a single video, rather than doing this at once. I might actually just do that very quickly so we can make these decisions together. Yeah, let's just do that real quick. So this is purely to make things a little bit more streamlined. So the only real change that we see here, I believe, is that we get an ability score improvement, and with that we would get another one at 8th, 12th and 16th level. Right now we can choose a feat as part of that, so we can choose the ability score improvement feat, which lets us increase some ability scores. Now very quickly I'm just going to jump to the ability scores to see which ones we've got. So as of right now, this tells us what our ability scores are. So right now we don't have much in the way of other things influencing them. Although I'm pretty sure we have a feat that gives us an additional to charisma. I wonder why that's not in there. Maybe it's because it's a feat that comes from let's just look at this real quick. Back to the time. So we're not at level 5 yet. So that's why those two options have disappeared. I just want to see this origin feat. Okay, it doesn't say that we don't get the charisma bonus there, so I wonder why that hasn't played in. I don't know why that's the case. In either case, let's look at this. So we could do an ability score improvement and choose one to go up by 2 and another ability to go up by 1, but I think what we're going to do here is look through some of these, because obviously this is the first time we can take a proper feat beyond just the origin feat options. So there's quite a few to choose from. We have the actor feat here. We could increase charisma by 1. Advantage on deception or performance checks. We can use mimicry to mimic the sounds of other creatures, including speech. And we've got a check for that. We could do alert. Gives us proficiency in initiative. You can also swap your initiative with the initiative of one ally if you wanted to. We have the chef, which I don't think any of these so far have been particularly applicable. Constitution or wisdom by 1. Just a bunch of like things in here. So refreshing meal gives bonus hit points from rolling hit dice, I think, during a short rest, and then some treats that give temporary hit points. We have crafter, which just gives us proficiency with tools, I believe, and then fast crafting. After you finish a long rest, you can craft one piece of gear from the fast crafting table, depending on what you've got. So there's a few things here that could be useful. Whenever you buy a non-magical item, you receive a 20% discount on it. It's pretty good. We have Crusher. Again, not massive here. You can push creatures away. Strength or con by 1. When you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature. The rest of the rolls have advantage, I believe. Attack rolls against that creature have advantage. Oh, so it's just attack rolls in general. Durable, which I believe gives you advantage on death saving throws, and it's a bonus action. You can expend one of your hit dice, roll the dice, and regain number of hit points equal to the roll. So it allows you to like heal yourself. Elemental adapt. You choose a energy type, and any one counts as a 2 on the dice for that. Choose one of these scores to increase. I won't go through each of them. Telepathic doesn't seem that useful here. Telekinetic could be interesting. Let's double check what this one does. So wisdom, intelligence or charisma up by 1. You can learn the mage hand spell. You can cast it without verbal or somatic components, making it invisible as well. Its range and the distance it can move away is increased by 30 feet, which is good. So that makes it an even better mage hand, and you can use it to shove a creature. So it's something to consider. I believe I took skill expert when I made the character. Observant is an interesting one. Wisdom, intelligence by 1. You can get expertise, search actions, and bonus action. That one is tempting for this character. Keen mind might be another good one. Intelligence, basically the same, but for intelligence-based skills. Was inspiring leader. Wisdom and charisma up by 1. Right, yeah, this one I've seen before. I've used this one in the old rules. Basically, you can give a speech or whatever it might be. Choose up to 6 allies, and they gain temporary hit points equal to your character level plus the modifier of the ability you increase with this feat. There you go. Okay. Ritual caster, savage attacker, shadow touched. Might be shadow touched. Not so sure about shadow touched either. We'll go with this is a hard one. I could go with just the ability score increase, but I'm kind of curious to use something different. To do something different. Resilient just gives us more saving throw proficiencies. Could do ritual caster. Get a bunch of ritual spells, I believe, but I don't think that's really worthwhile. With this benefit, you can cast ritual spells you have prepared, using as regular casting time rather than extended time for a ritual. Doesn't require a spell slot. Once you cast a spell in this way, you can't use the benefit again until you finish a long rest, okay? That's interesting. I might go with Ritual Caster. Increases the charisma by 1. So I might go with that. We'll go with Ritual Caster. So we can choose charisma. Now I'm gonna have to look at my spells here, because I do have other spells. I have some ritual spells, illusion script and comprehend languages are on here already, but I have other spells on my spell list. Which is a bit frustrating because I can't tell where they are. Okay, where is it? Work subclass maybe. Okay, patron. No, that's not what I want. I want great old one spells. Okay, so none of these necessarily relevant. Detect thoughts. It might be ritual. I can't remember. The others are not, I don't believe. Okay, well there we go. Psychic spells. That's just the ability. Okay, so we've got that. I think I want to go to... it's not class features, is it? Or optional features. No, it's not that. Psychic spells. I can mind. These are all just the warlock stuff. But I'm looking for everything that I had. Maybe it's in my background. It might be counted in that. It's not in skilled. What would it be in? It would be under Pact Magic. No, invocations. It's under invocations. And then, there we go. So we've got Identify, Detect Magic are both spells that I've got as part of the tome. So I don't need to include them. The others here aren't relevant, I don't think. Okay, so I just needed to check what spells it would be. See, this is why I'm just doing level 4. Because look how much time it's spent trying to do level 4 right now. Okay. The other ones will be a little bit easier, but this one's a bit more detailed. So, in this one, what we want to do is we're going to be choosing a number of level 1 spells that have the ritual tag. We always have them prepared. You can cast them with any spell slots that we have. Yeah. All the other nonsense. And then the quick ritual is you can cast a ritual spell that you have prepared using its regular casting time. So as long as it's prepared, which for a warlock is all of the spells, because you don't get that many, so they count as all being prepared, right? You don't have prepared spells, you have known spells basically. So we can use some of these that we wouldn't normally have. So we have some of the 2014 ones, but we're not really going to look at that. So I don't believe we had Alarm, but that would be a good one to use to be able to instantly go like, oh sorry guys, I didn't think about the click there. To instantly go and create an alarm. Granted, you can only do this once, right? Doing so doesn't require spell slot. Once you cast the spell in this way, you can't benefit again. You can't use this benefit again until you finish a long rest. So that wording confuses me a little bit, because does it mean you can't use it for that spell, or you can't use the quick ritual again until a long rest? Because for me, using this character, I have a lot of ritual spells that I've put in here, and that would mean either it breaks or it builds the build. Not that it's a real proper build, it's just a build that has a lot of ritual spells. You can't use this benefit again until a long rest. Indicates to me that you can use it once, but the fact that it says once you cast the spell this way, you can't use this benefit again until a long rest, also implies that it could be just that spell. Though I'd expect the wording to be you can't cast the spell using this benefit again until a long rest. It just says you can't use this benefit. I'd have to look it up, I think. We're going to go with Alarm anyway. We'll keep going through. Now some of these we've already got. I believe we had Identify as well. I don't know why. I haven't seen. There we go. Identify, Detect Magic. So there's no point putting Identify, Detect Magic on there. Find Familiar could work. I don't believe we have that. Comprehend Languages. I don't think we have that. Identify, Detect Magic. Yeah, Illusionary Script, Comprehend Language. Oh, Comprehend Languages is one that I've picked, so I'll get rid of that one off there. Illusionary Script, Comprehend Languages. So let's get rid of Comprehend Languages. Change that to, we'll do Detect Poison poison and disease. I guess we have to pick some of these on here, right? And I also think, if I remember correctly, we had detect magic, identify. Yeah, detect magic. I already put find familiar on that. Alarm, find familiar, detect poison and disease. We'll go with purify food and drink, maybe. Speak with animals, perhaps. And going with the psychic element, we'll go with unseen servant. So that is the additional stuff there. Boom. Done. But that's not all, of course, because now that we're leveling up to 4, I believe we get more spells. So we can go to add spells here. It looks like we learn another cantrip, which is pretty good. I'm trying to remember which goddamn cantrips we have. Let's look in here, just double check. So we've got friends, minor illusion. Just make sure there's no like special cantrips here. Magic gunning. There was nothing there. I just felt like I had more than this. My illusion friends. It's elementalism. That's the cantrip, okay, all good. So we already have Eldritch Blast as well. Okay, I might be back and forth here a little bit, I apologise, but I have to get this right, otherwise I kind of screw it up. Wow, how has 6 minutes passed since the last time I looked at the timer? Crazy. Okay, I think we go with Mind Slither here. It's a nice like psychic attack, which we don't really have much of. So we'll go with that, and I don't know how many additional spells we get. Suggestion would be a pretty cool one. Kind of, I'm trying to fit within the... Oh, but Mind Spike would be pretty cool as well. We don't have many damaging spells, so maybe we go with Mind Spike. I think we go with that. Illusionary Script. Comprehend languages, and this counts as what? Mind Spike is divination. Interesting. I would have thought that would have been an enchantment spell, to be honest. Alright, well there we go, there are the spells. And I believe that kind of like finishes off the level up here. Because there's not anything else to gather, I don't think. So our charisma now should go up to 16, although I thought it should have been doing that anyway. And that will bring us to the end. So we'll go check the character sheet, view the character sheet again. There we go. Now we're on 23 hit points. We're at a level 4 warlock. We can see we have the ritual spells down here, or a couple of them anyway, magical cunning, as part of our ability there with the warlock. And then under features and traits we've got so much information in here, because we have like 3 feats. So we have a ritual caster, which is the new one, based on charisma. Oh, maybe the magic initiate didn't. Okay, I think I saw what the mistake was. So it doesn't increase your charisma with the magic initiate. It just adds in spells from that list, and you choose which one it is. It might be that normally that does give it, but with the invocation it doesn't. I might be wrong there, but we've got so many spells. Like for a warlock, like look how many spells we have. It's actually quite a lot. Well, I mean, I guess maybe not that much. We have silent image at will. Oh yeah, okay, so we only have these ones in here because... So the reason it looks like we have like no first level spells, by the way, is because one, silent image is at will and doesn't count towards our warlock level, which means it doesn't get upcast. Charm person cannot be upcast. The rest of these can be upcast, which is why they're showing here. The reason it has this here is it's telling us this is a first level spell being cast at second level. And these are the upcasted spells. These are the second level spells without the first the little addendum thing there that says first, and that is because as a warlock, when you cast spells, you always cast them at the highest slot that you have. So notice how here we don't have any slots. That's because we don't have any first level slots. Now all our slots are second level, but we only have 2 of them, but they also come back on a short rest, or when we do that 1 minute ritual, I think we get one of the spell slots back, and as we level up we'll get more slots. But warlocks are basically like that. But we have more of those invocations. I think leveling up other classes will be a little bit more streamlined than this, because warlocks with their invocations mean there's a lot more things to manage. They are definitely one of the more complicated classes, and if you're just starting D&D, starting with warlock could be quite complicated. It's easy to misunderstand what they can do, but there we go. Got a background there. Any extra notes? Nothing extras. Nothing to make notes of. And then got them all kind of divided up. Class features there, species, traits, feats. Even tells you where they come from. There you go. Lots of cantrips as well, which is good. Mind Slither, Eldritch Blast. So at least we've got 2 damaging cantrips that are different. One is a save, one is an attack roll. Our stats are not very good for a level 4 character, I'll be honest, but like, it doesn't really matter that much. We would want this charisma ideally in an actual game to be slightly higher. We'd want that to probably be about 18 by now, but like, at the end of the day, D&D is a role-playing game, so it doesn't really matter that much if you're playing it optimally with the stats. But there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing. We'll be back with more of the character building here in due course. But consider subscribing. I think I might have already said that, but also the bell icon. Check out the videos appearing over my head right now, and I will see you in the next one, guys.